Welcome everybody. This is what parents need to know about Clash of Clans. My name is Ryan from Safe Easy Tech, and we're going to jump right in here. So Clash of Clans is a mobile game that's available on iPhone and on Android phones or tablets. And it's made by a company called Supercell, which started out in Helsinki, Finland, and now it's got several offices all over the world. One thing to note about Clash of Clans is that it is a 13 and up game. You have to be at least 13 years of age to play it. They really clearly tell you this when you load up the game. So I know kids that play this that are not that old. Just heads up, they're violating the terms of service. That's kind of to protect them as a company because there are some things that kids can get into, like in any free, quote unquote, free phone game. So what do I mean by quote unquote free? Well, it is free to download. You can get it right off of the App Store on either platform, Apple or Android. But it does have microtransactions in it here. So if you, for example, so this is my my little village here, and I can go through and I can upgrade stuff. So you see here, this takes an hour. So the game is, but let's say I want to build here. So I want to build, let's say I can't build that. Yeah, there's nothing to build there. Oh, there, that's a great point. So trying to build something here, as you can see, I immediately clicked on the treasure menu, which wants to sell me stuff. So there's options in the game all the way from $4.99 up to a massive $99. So that is right. That's $100 that if you click on, it's going to start asking for your money. Now it is going to have you log in set for, so you can see there, it's wanting to charge my phone. Now, if I hit buy on this, it's going to buy it because on my phone, it's set up to where my phone does purchases automatically without me having to enter in my password. Now, you can set your phone, whether it's Apple or Android, to what you want. I highly recommend if you have kids, someone other than yourself using your phone and your phone is not locked. My phone's password protected. And only me and my wife know the PIN to actually even get into it. So I feel highly confident that if you have my phone in your hand, I'm either standing right next to you watching everything you're doing, or you're me or my spouse. But if you're giving your phone to kids, you definitely want to lock this down with a password. And you can do that in the Google Play Store or the Apple Android Store menu because it's so easy. You can see how fast that took for me to be on a screen that was ready to charge my card $100. Now, what do gyms do for you, you may ask? Well, great question. What gyms do for you is they allow you to be able to build multiple things at a time. So I've got two things here building. One of them is going to take 1 minute. One of them is going to take an hour. However, if I want to do something else like remove a stone, well, now it says, do you want to complete the previous building and free up a builder? Okay, that sounds great. So I click on that. And that depletes my gems that you can see here on the top right. So now I have 259 gems. Well, as these gems run down, because it does take a lot of time to do different things with those gems, then you run out of gems, you need more gems. That's how you get it, is by going to the treasure store and buying gems. So gems basically allow you to cheat the time window, and you don't have to wait for anything to be done. Patience is a thing of the past, and you can actually go in and get your stuff done automatically so you can get ready. All right, so what is the object here? The object is to defend your base from other players and go out and attack other players. So if you click on the attack button, you can see I can pay 50 gold to find someone else to fight and go fight an actual live player. Or I have a campaign over here on the right that I can hit, which I'll do for right now, just to show you real quick. So you've got all these goblins that you're trying to defeat here. And of course you do that by dropping your troops into the battle. And I've got some archers and I've got some warriors. You can get better troops as the game progresses, like you can get wizards, for example, which do range damage. You can get bigger, heavier troopers. I need to drop a guy here. You can get some one-off consumable things like spells. There's just a lot of different stuff that you can get to help you attack better. So it's resource management with the golden elixir resources, and then of course attacking, kind of the strategy. Setting up stuff correctly, getting good defenses in your city. I mean, there is some good critical thinking to it. I will say it is an extremely addictive game. One thing to look out for, so concern-wise, Obviously microtransactions can be a thing. Don't give out your password to your kids. This is just another great example of why you don't want your kids to have your password to your phone, because they can go in and spend a bunch of money without you realizing it. But as long as you do that, you should be okay. They shouldn't buy anything. Of course, you want to be talking to them about what they're doing. The other thing to look out for is chat. Chat is over here on the left-hand side. And so you can see some people talking here. Now there is the makers of the game Supercell, they do claim to have a very, very good blacklist of words and phrases that can't be put into chat. And of course, if someone does make an offensive statement, you can just click on that person, hit report, and that will report them. And then they'll be followed up with, possibly banned from the game. Of course, once something's seen, it can't be unseen. But my experience is that chat is usually pretty good in this game. Right now, they happen to be looking for girls in the chat for some reason, but I think just know if there's girls that play this game. So that's kind of the game and how it works. It is extremely addictive. One thing I will say to look out for is if this is on your phone, your personal phone, and you have your kids playing this in their spare time, by default, the notifications are turned on, and every time a building is completed, so in 55 minutes, when my 2 buildings are completed here, my phone is going to notify me, even if I'm not in the game, and say, your thing is completed, go back and do more. So be aware of that. It can get kind of annoying after a while. So look out for those notifications. They do pop up a lot, and you want to watch out for those. But it's a great game. You don't have to spend any money on it to play it. It just takes you longer. But you do need to make sure that your kids are 13 years or older. Otherwise, you're violating the terms of service. And make sure that they do not have access to your password that logs you into your Android store or Apple store. Otherwise, you could end up being out some money. And there are no refunds in the game, typically regardless of how that money got charged. So enjoy, have fun. If you've got any other questions, feel free to let me know in the comments below. Till next time. It can be downloaded. It can be played instantly. If you're logged into your iTunes or your Google account, you or your kids, if they have access to it, can pop it right on your phone without having to pay anything. So that means it's really, really accessible. It does have transactions in the game. So as far as the business model goes, they want you to buy cards and stuff like that in there. So be wary of that. However, you do have to enter in your card information, again, to be able to buy that kind of stuff. So as long as you have a good system set up with your